Welcome to Key 3, Creating Winning Volunteer Positions. In this key, we will be walking through the different aspects of creating volunteer positions. This key emphasizes putting people first, and that's how you should create your positions, around the volunteers. But you need to make sure that the positions also recognize your organization's values. In this key, we will also explain the difference between static and dynamic volunteer positions. Start by getting to know your volunteers on a personal level. Putting people first can help you do this. Engage in genuine conversations so you can understand what the volunteers' interests and motivations are. Try to find out if they have any special skills or hidden talents. They may surprise you. You can also create meaningful opportunities for your volunteers. This will show that there is better engagement when volunteers are doing tasks and jobs that excite them. Your volunteer role descriptions should have a place that clearly articulates your organizational goals, values, and policies that may be relevant to that position. You should also outline what the benefits and opportunities are for this specific volunteer role. What can your organization offer volunteers? Discussing vacant volunteer roles with others from your organization will be beneficial for you, so give it a shot. Your volunteers, staff, and even clients will often have input you can use to create position descriptions. Here are some questions you can ask yourself. Have you talked to past volunteers? Have you considered all the policies? Have you talked to your board and current volunteers? What are their perspectives about the process? These next few slides will address the kinds of questions you should ask each group. Let's take a closer look at what your board and leadership, volunteers, clients, and volunteer managers may have to contribute. This group of people have a vested interest in keeping risk low. Policies are created to ensure your organization avoids risks and maintains consistency. Some questions you could consider are: what is the organization's and stakeholders' perspective? Are your policies comprehensive and effective? Are you accountable to risk and liability? What is understood or perceived about your volunteer positions and volunteer programs? Are your volunteers meeting the desired outcomes? Are your policies effective in mitigating risk? And are there any accountability concerns? Volunteer managers are thinking about recruitment and retention. How to best engage individuals who are highly skilled, motivated, and passionate about your organization. Volunteer managers are also a direct line of contact to the volunteers. That means their input is valuable. Some questions to consider are: what do you need to get the job done or to be successful? What roles and responsibilities does your organization have? How do you engage skilled, motivated, and passionate individuals? What vacancies do you need filled? Are there specific skills and abilities you are looking for in the volunteers? And what role will you be playing in creating volunteer roles, and how do you envision the organization recruiting volunteers? Volunteers come to your organization because they are passionate about a program, a cause, or the work that you do in the community. Ask yourself, what kind of person do you want to be involved? Why do they want to volunteer? This group is about experience and need. So you should start by finding out what your clients and participants are looking for. What kind of care or services do they need and expect from your organization and your volunteers? As we've said previously, get to know your volunteers. Your volunteers are people too, so yes, put people first. Do you know how your organization can meet volunteers' needs while they help to meet your mandate? Find out. It is important for you to be aware of whether or not your volunteer position is a static or dynamic role. A static role is essential to delivering organizational services. They can't change. Whereas a dynamic role is reactionary to the volunteers you have or to the needs of the organization. Being aware of which position you are offering can stop gaps between what you offer and what people are looking for from happening. See the download icon? If you access our sidebar after the video, you can find out more information on this under Bridging the Gap. Remember, the work doesn't stop here. You have to keep your role descriptions current. What your organization or your client needs may change over time. By using Step 10, the feedback loop, you may learn more ways to improve your programs. Staying flexible is a benefit. Being able to adapt your position descriptions to the volunteers who walk through your doors will give you more freedom to take on the people who suit your organization the best. For example, you may need to be dynamic in order to allow for volunteer abilities or disabilities. And that brings us to the end of Key 3, creating winning volunteer positions. We hope you found these videos helpful. Thank you for watching, and keep your eyes open for more learning opportunities we release in the future.